Hello, you are listening to Prem Anmol Hota Hai Vani. Love is priceless, Vani. I am your host, Vani. In the last episode, you learned the story of my student Soumya's declining grades. Today, my psychological expertise and the inspiration I received from Ragini Mom helped me understand Soumya's silent pain. You will hear the terrifying story of a 15-year-old girl, how missing the school bus led her to be a victim of molestation on the metro, and now that young man stands near the school daily, harassing her. Soumya fears that society and family will turn her story into ridicule. Will I, by becoming her friend cum teacher, be able to devise a foolproof plan to eliminate this virus from her mind? And amidst all this, you will witness a major sacrifice from my past. Even after proving my capability, why did my father force me to give up my dream, engineering at the National Institute of Technology, NIT? This was the moment I resolved to be the solution, not the problem. Solve the mathematics of silent pain and sacrifice in Prem Anmol Hota Hai Vani. You will hear Episode 3, The Maths of Silent Pain and Sacrifice. The way Ragini Mom sheltered me during a weak emotional state, I'm sure Soumya is also facing a similar difficulty right now. With this thought, I, too, want to pull Soumya out of her predicament, just like Ragini Mom. Soumya, what's wrong? Are you finding 10th grade maths difficult? If so, I can give you separate tuition. My voice softened as I said this. No mom, I never find maths a difficult subject. Actually, this time I myself am unable to focus on my studies, Soumya explained. Is there any problem at home or in your family? I asked, affectionately comforting her. Soumya lowered her eyelids, and hesitation became visible on her face. After remaining silent for a few moments, she said only 2 words, No, Mom. I also know psychology. From her body language, I understood that her problem must be something where the girl's side is not heard or understood in society. Even though I could guess her problem, I didn't want to ask directly from my side. Then what is the matter? You have always scored 100% marks. Are you worried about getting low marks this time? I asked, adding more sweetness to my voice. My affectionate behavior had started to remove her hesitation. Mom, I haven't told anyone about this. I feel like the girls will create a ridiculous situation for me. I also fear that if I tell Mom about this, the matter will reach Dad. This time she gave a clearer hint. What is the reason that has occupied a large part of Soumya's mind, leaving less room for studies? I grasped the nature of the problem. I decided that to let her hesitation vanish naturally, I should give her some time alone and patiently. Soumya, wait for 5 minutes. I feel like eating and drinking something. I'll bring some refreshments. Then we'll become friends and try to understand everything while eating and drinking, I said, becoming her confidant. I came to the kitchen, took out the pre-prepared pineapple pulp from the fridge, and made its juice. Then I returned with 2 glasses of juice and a plate of namkeen, savory snack, on a tray. Placing the tray on the center table, I gave 1 glass to Soumya. After that, I sat on the sofa and took my glass. Seeing me drink the juice, Soumya also took 2 sips, and just like me, she slowly started chewing namkeen from the plate. I understood. Now Soumya is ready to explain more clearly. Soumya, if something is bothering you and we cannot solve it ourselves, we should definitely tell that friend who doesn't spread the word. Besides being your teacher, I can also be that friend who can keep your matter private. You can tell me your problem without hesitation, I explained, blending softness into my voice. As I hoped, Soumya let go of her hesitation. Mom, this happened about a month and a half ago. One morning I missed the school bus. So I took the metro to come to school. It was very crowded. I was standing. A young man took this as an opportunity for himself, she began to tell me. After a pause, she further explained, he clung to me from behind, using the crowd as an excuse, and he brought a hand to my chest. Soumya paused, put one hand on her chest to show, and continued. And squeezed me like this. When I couldn't think of anything, I bit his wrist. This made him remove his hand and move back to stand. I turned around and looked at him angrily. Shameless as he was still smiling. She finished the story hesitantly. Oh, that's very bad. There are cameras in the metro bus these days. Is all this still happening? I was filled with compassion. Mom, at that time, some men and women were also watching this happen to me. I don't travel by metro daily. When they ignored it, what could the cameras do? Thinking this, I wanted to forget the incident. A typical girl's helplessness was reflected in her voice. She fell silent. I thought that if Soumya had used the designated helpline number facility for harassment against women, she might have received appropriate help. Then I thought, this 15-year-old girl, whose entire focus is on studies, probably could not muster that much courage. Soumya, did anything happen after this too? My voice was slow as I asked. Mom, that young man saw me getting off at the bus stop near the school that day. Then perhaps he figured out the school's address from my uniform. Since that day, he is often found standing near the school gate at the time I come or leave. One day when our school bus stopped at the traffic light at the intersection, I saw him standing next to the bus on a bike. When my eyes met his by chance, he showed his mobile and gestured to ask for my mobile number. I turned my face away. This problem is just stuck in my mind all the time. Because of this, I am unable to focus fully on my studies. She finished the whole story, stammering. From Soumya's account, I understood that most of her brain's capacity has been consumed by this virus, the fear of the young man. That is why her time and talent are going to waste. Before Soumya left my house, we had already made a plan to solve this problem. 10 years ago, I learned from the life of my mother, who was lost to eternity, that I have to become the solution to all difficulties. I not only passed the 12th grade examination with good marks but also achieved a good rank in the joint entrance examination, main entrance exam. At first, Dad had given me permission for this, but when the question of my admission to the National Institute of Technology, NIT, Trichy came up, he told me,
Daughter, I cannot send you to study outside.
But why? Dad, you were the one who allowed me to take its entrance exam, right? I said irritably.
Vani, I hadn't seriously thought about this before. Think, if you also go outside, how will the arrangement for my food and drink work out? Dad expressed his dependence on me.
I found Dad's argument to be factually incorrect. After Mom, he himself had learned to cook and had started cooking too. Dad, why don't you think about my future? I asked, resisting.
Daughter, the truth is that I cannot afford the expense of 2 children studying outside. You know how much money Mayank's engineering studies are costing. Now Dad said something else.
I fell silent, thinking, it is Dad who is responsible for Mom getting pregnant at an older age. This created a difficult situation, and Mom was forced to leave this world prematurely. If a third child besides us had also been born safely, how would he have managed the expense for that child? I have not insisted on anything major. I was only expecting assurance from Dad for my good education, for which I had also proven my eligibility. Dad, in his lack of capacity, was unable to arrange for Mom's life protection before. Now, on the same basis, the occasion has arisen to abandon my aspiration for higher education. A thought comes into my logical mind. If children are a burden on their parents, why do they have them? I am not an adult yet. I lack experience. Maths is my favorite subject. I look at every subject event through my mathematical lens. I don't know that human life is not as simple mathematics. Life and its subjects are extremely complex. This is the first time that I have to choose between the options of becoming a problem or a solution for Dad. I sacrificed my dream of becoming a good engineer and stayed with Dad, taking admission to a college in my own city. Gemini's critique and creative guidance. Dear listeners, this is the conclusion of episode 3 of Prem Anmol Hota Hai Vani. This episode reveals the gap between Vani's internal moral code and her practical struggles. The strength and subject matter of episode 3. The current narrative, Soumya. Realistic problem. The incident of molestation on the metro and subsequent stalking faced by the student Soumya is a bitter reality of today's society. This immediately connects with the listeners. Vani's solution. Vani's psychological approach, talking as a friend, the juice and namkeen strategy, shows that she has put the inspiration received from Ragini Mom in the past into practice. This reinforces Vani's image as a teacher and a role model. The past narrative, father and education. Decisive conflict, the restriction on higher education, NIT Trichy. and the father's argument that, how will the arrangement for my food and drink work out? This conflict is a poignant commentary on the role of women in a patriarchal society. Mathematical versus complexity of life. Vani's conclusion that human life is not as simple mathematics. Life and its subjects are extremely complex. This indicates a philosophical maturity in her character. Self-sacrifice. The decision to sacrifice her dream of becoming an engineer and stay with her father was the first major test of Vani's ethical principle of becoming the solution, in which she passes but pays a heavy price. This episode proves that Vani's current dedication is born from a major sacrifice in her past. Guidance for audio presentation. Vani's voice. While talking to Soumya, the voice should be extremely soft, gentle, and filled with ease, as you mentioned in the text. While arguing with her father, past, the voice should clearly express irritation, resistance, and the firmness of logic. Emotional SSML moments. Soumya's trauma. When recounting the molestation incident, Soumya's voice should come across with hesitation, nervousness, and pain. The sentence, "He brought a hand to my chest and squeezed me," should have a slow rate and short breaks. Father's argument. In the father's dialogues, especially, "How will the arrangement for my food and drink work out?" the TTS should be given a slightly pleading and helpless tone to make his argument feel more realistic and less villainous. Music, BGM. The current narrative should have an optimistic, contemplative BGM. In the past narrative, during the moments of the NEET admission block, the BGM should carry a slight feeling of melancholy, the breaking of a dream. End of episode 3.